Okay, so we're officially, and I think we have been, heading into the next phase of the AI trade. It's not just about GPUs anymore, memory, the infrastructure itself. It goes a lot deeper than that, guys. So we have to break down a couple stocks here that I'm watching for this next phase of the AI trade, and we're going to break down the overall market, where my head's at right now, as we're seeing some more green. The VIX is down. It's one of those days, guys. The S&P is currently up 0.2%. Dow's up about 0.3. Looks like the Russell's actually down. Small caps are taking a bit of a crap today, guys. Excuse me. Down about 0.75% on the Russell, and the Qs are up actually barely 0.04%. But hey, it's a green day nonetheless, guys. I'll take it, especially as the S&P 500 is now taking out the highs from yesterday and Monday and Friday. We're starting to build on some positive ground here, guys, on this ETF. And by no means is it fully breaking out, but we're starting to build some ground. Higher highs, higher lows are being made, multi-day high. I'll take it. And on the Qs, even though we're down on the day, or not down, but flat, we're also putting in higher lows, looking pretty solid. We didn't take the highs out from yesterday yet, but we're right there. Yesterday, we peaked at about 709, something like that, 710, and that's kind of where we are now. So if this takes out 710 today, guys, keep that number in your mind, 710 on the Qs. That's going to be very bullish overall. So the overall market looking pretty good. As you guys probably saw, again, yesterday we had a green day, so we're building on top of yesterday. So with that being said, let's talk about some of these stocks and the next wave, or the next phase, however you want to call it, guys. The next phase of this AI trade is starting to play out. So everybody has been focused on, obviously, the chip names, NVIDIA, AMD, right? Other companies like Microsoft, right? Amazon. And don't get me wrong, I love these companies. I own these companies, some of them at least. But at the end of the day, AI is growing so massively right now, and if it continues to grow at this pace, which it will, right, we're obviously going to need more and more data centers. And guess what these data centers need, ladies and gentlemen? What do these data centers need? They need massive amounts of electricity, reliable power generation, new transmission lines, right? Transformers, switch gear, cooling systems, and huge quantities of raw materials like, oh, you guessed it, copper, right? So we're going to break down a couple of companies that kind of fit these categories. We're going to look at some utilities companies, nuclear power companies, electrical equipment manufacturers, construction companies, and commodity producers. So let's dive into it here, guys, and start off with stock number one, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know about. We talked about this one before a couple of times, right? NextEra Energy, ticker NEE, which as of right now, chart-wise, and let me get some water here, guys. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in. So, as we can see on the charts, NEE is approaching, it's literally at it right now, a major resistance on this chart at about $90 a share, 89, $90, which that was support for a good amount this year, a good amount of time, all throughout. It looks like late February up until really the end of May. So about 3-4 months, we held 89, 90 as support. We fell through it. Now we're trying to break back through. And listen, man, they have earnings coming up, I think, in 2 days. In 2 days, I think, what is that? Friday morning, we have NEE reporting earnings. And if this thing takes 90 out, there's a wide open gap to 95. Dare I say higher than that if it really starts to break out. And they're one of the largest energy and infrastructure companies in the United States. And let me draw this this other trend line out so you guys can see it. There we go. Look at that gap that could fill if earnings are strong, and even longer term, right? This company, with this shift in the AI trade, it's a must watch, man. There's a lot of longer term potential. So the company owns Florida Power and Light, one of the country's largest regulated electric utilities, right? And they also develop renewable energy, battery storage, natural gas, and other energy projects. And what makes them extremely interesting is the fact that they have exposure to multiple parts of the power demand story with AI infrastructure exploding, right? All the data centers popping up everywhere. We have a ridiculous power demand story right now, guys, and it can develop renewable projects, right? Battery storage and natural gas infrastructure while also participating in the nuclear revival, right? And we can see, I mean, again, it's right at that point where on good earnings, this thing, it's like it's bound to explode. We have an ascending triangle playing out here. So fundamentally, it's there. And chart-wise in the short term, it's there. And listen, we have a lot of plays like this. Another one is Constellation Energy, ticker CEG. Let me pull this up. This one, not as good chart-wise, I got to be honest, but hey, if you're looking at a longer-term play, this is down $130 from highs recently. We can see on the 3-year chart, it doesn't look too bad. The max chart doesn't look too bad. Not saying to go out and blindly buy it, but whenever a stock is down, yeah, that might be discouraging in the short term, but that might not be a bad time to start buying if the fundamentals are sound, if the valuation makes sense, if the reason why it's down makes sense to you, and it's not like a catastrophic event to the business. If it's down really for no reason, but the fundamentals are strong, that might be a good time to start buying into a stock. You know, sometimes it's better to buy at a cheaper price, lower price, than buying into the momentum, depending on, you know, how you trade, how you invest. But listen, man, this is a nuclear power play and reliable base load generation play. And this is one of the first stocks that comes to mind for me, CEG, and renewable energy will be an important part of this solution overall. But AI data centers need electricity, of course, 24 hours a day, and that's where nuclear power becomes extraordinarily important, and they operate the largest nuclear fleet in the United States right now, and these plants can generate large amounts of reliable, carbon-free power around the clock, and that makes Constellation incredibly valuable to hyperscalers that want both dependable electricity and, of course, progress toward their carbon reduction goals. And we can see, man, again, this is not really anywhere near breaking the downtrend, but they do have earnings coming up here on the 6th of August, about 2 weeks away from today. I think 2 weeks from tomorrow might be the exact date on that. Or actually, no, I'm definitely wrong on that. Either way, they're coming up, guys, in about 2 weeks, and maybe we'll get more insight regarding guidance. Hopefully we do. Maybe the downtrend breaks, but either way, this is not a trade. It's more so for me a longer term play, which again, I don't mind buying in on downtrends if I'm holding for a little bit, you know, not so much for a trade, right? That would worry me, but if I'm holding longer term, hey, if it's in a little downtrend, I don't mind scaling in slowly. Another one that I'm watching, guys, is Vistra. I'm sure you guys have heard of this one, ticker VST, one that's been also kind of downtrending all year, but it's been more so flat the last couple of months, potentially putting in a new base here in the mid-high hundreds. If we look at the 3-year chart, guys, this one looks pretty decent, right? On the 3-year chart, and on the max chart, not too bad. And again, it kind of looks like we're putting in a new base at this point, mid-high hundreds. Now we're at $166 a share, and we're up around 3% on the day. Not too bad. So this is another one in the nuclear category, right? Vistra owns nuclear generation, natural gas plants, and a broader portfolio of power assets, if you guys didn't know. And that gives the company exposure, of course, to the rising electricity demand while also providing flexibility within the grid. And Vistra doesn't rely exclusively on one type of generation, of course. That could be valuable because meeting future electricity demand will likely require, believe it or not hard to believe, but a mixture of nuclear, natural gas, renewable energy, and of course, battery storage. And once again, man, the market has kind of realized some of the opportunity over the last couple of months here with this particular name. Well, more so the last 2 years, not months. What am I talking about? But the reality is it's pulled back. It's opened up another opportunity here for us, potentially looking to get in. Maybe we missed it a year ago, whatever. But that's what you got to look for. Companies that the story's there, the narrative's there, you see the shift, the fundamentals are there, and there's potentially, or there's some short-term weakness. That's what you want to look at for an entry, not just in Vistra, any stock, right? You want the fundamentals to be strong, the narrative to be there. You want a bunch of things in line, and somehow if that stock's pulling back, right, all while everything's intact, hey, might not be a bad time to consider it. So VST, that is one that I'm watching very closely at this point, guys. Another one is Eaton, ticker ETN. Let me show you this one, guys. And this is kind of moving away from power generation. We also need to look at this kind of comes into play. We have to look at the equipment required to actually manage and distribute all of this electricity. Eaton is one of the companies that comes to mind. They're an important company in this part of the supply chain as they produce electrical equipment, power management systems, switchgear, and other components used across utilities, data centers, industrial facilities, and commercial buildings, right? And generating electricity is only the first step. That power then needs to move through the grid, enter the data center, and reach thousands of servers safely and efficiently. That requires, obviously, a ridiculous amount of electrical equipment. And as AI server racks become denser and consume more power, data center operators need more advanced systems to control electricity, protect equipment, and prevent disruptions. And Eaton gives exposure to AI infrastructure without necessarily depending on which chip maker or cloud provider ultimately wins. It's more so, I guess, like an overall play on the space. And as long as data centers continue being built and the power grid continues being modernized, which that's the reality here for quite some time, most likely into the future, demand for electrical equipment should remain strong. So ETN, this one's actually pretty flat over the last couple of months, but holding quite a nice uptrend if we're looking at the last 6 to 8 months. Looking pretty good here, right, guys? And on the 1-year chart, we can see pretty much the same thing. The 3-year chart shows a nice uptrend. The max chart, same thing. So this one is actually up a lot recently. I mean, from 2020, I guess 2020 now 6 years ago. So, I mean, I tend to forget how sometimes it feels like 2020 was like a year or two ago, but it's actually almost 7 years ago, which is nuts. But yeah, it's up a lot from 2020. And even here in the last couple of years, it's up a good amount. But I feel like it could be consolidating, getting ready for that next move here pretty shortly. So let me show you guys another one here that I'm watching. Then we'll slowly wrap up the video, and maybe I'll do a follow-up on some more plays. Let me know in the comments if you guys want a follow-up video, or I guess a part 2, I guess a follow-up, whatever you want to call it, guys. PWR. Let's pull up PWR and talk about Quanta Services, ticker PWR. All right. So, PWR. Think about it this way. Once utilities decide to build new infrastructure, somebody, guess what? Believe it or not, somebody needs to physically construct it. The robots aren't fully here yet, guys. Somebody needs to physically construct it, and that's where Quanta Services comes into play as they build high voltage transmission lines, substations, renewable energy connections, and other major infrastructure projects. And guess what? They have the specialized workforce and expertise, of course, required to complete projects that most ordinary construction companies simply cannot handle. And Quanta has estimated that around 30% of their addressable market from 2026 through 2030 could be driven by AI, which is insane, 30%, but it makes sense considering this once in a generation, technological transformation we're currently going through right now. You know what I mean? And if we look at the stock a little bit closer on this chart, this is probably the best one chart-wise. We hit $800 a couple months ago. Now we're down to $640, all while maintaining an uptrend here, looking pretty strong on the 1-year chart as well, especially on the 1-year chart and the 3-year chart. This kind of looks like, it's not confirming the breakout yet. We have earnings coming up too on the 30th, a week from tomorrow, next Thursday. So we're not fully breaking out yet. We have some catalysts potentially coming up, but man, this one is tempting me right now to add shares literally today. But part of me is like, let me wait for the breakout. But it's like, it also looks pretty good here to get in right now as we are down about 20%. We're right in a bear market on the stock. And again, the chart looks good, especially on that 1-year time frame. I don't know. What do you guys think? And overall, this company has a massive opportunity because expanding electricity generation doesn't accomplish much if the power can't be delivered to where it's needed. And the grid needs new transmission capacity, upgraded substations, and more connections between generation assets and data centers. And one of the biggest advantages Quanta has is, again, its skilled workforce. And there is a limited number of companies capable of safely, that's the key, safely completing these highly specialized projects at scale. That's another key. So Quanta Services, PWR, and all the other stocks, man, are must watches right now, in my opinion. And of course, do your own research. I'm not telling you to go buy these stocks blindly, not telling you to go, YOLO your entire portfolio on call options. Do your own research. These are just stocks, some of the many stocks I'm watching right now. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments where your head's at, what you're looking to do. And yeah, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you want to be a part of my private Discord community, check out the Patreon down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocsurfast.com/Patreon. And I also share my private portfolio or my Patreon portfolio updates on Patreon. Yeah, check it out, guys. I'll see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.